I know you're not from Rhode Island originally. You don't eat devils with straw.
Buddy, listen, that's number one. That's a sin. You should never. Number one, they should be banned from Dale's number one. You shouldn't have a straw there, period.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just.
About those in uniform 3 days out of the year, be Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Armed Forces Day. Of course, there's many people who think about them year-round, but in Rhode Island, we have a gentleman who leads the charge on taking care of those, no matter when they've served, if they're serving now, or the families of those who've served. He is the director of the Office of Veterans Affairs. Completely renovated, completely redone the office and how that whole system works. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kasim Yarn, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And a Navy vet at that.
Back once again.
Hello. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Summertime is upon us, and of course, a lot of events get kicking off. One that kicks off the weekend of this episode, something you guys are involved with there, especially with Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, and that's the Garden of Heroes this weekend at the Templeton Music at Roger Williams Park.
Right. So that was the boots on the ground, honoring over 7,000 boots are placed on the ground, all volunteer through the elite hard work of Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, a phenomenal nonprofit organization whose charter is to serve those that serve. Simply put, a hand up, not a handout. And any nonprofit that does work for our veteran population, I 110% endorse. And any way I can help them out, through any ways possible, I'm there. And you see the amount of volunteers that they have. They started laying down the boots today, as a matter of fact, and it is just a phenomenal sight to see. So it's a treasure to know that there are organizations out there that are doing the work for our veterans, their family members, the Gold Star families, to honor our fallen, and it's truly humbling. Last week they had the Gold Star Gala, and that was done at Twin Rivers Casino. Kudos to Twin Rivers for stepping up to plate to helping them out. Volunteers as well put that together. Operation Stand Down has been in operation for 25 years through the leadership of Tony DeGuatro and his team, and a phenomenal organization.
They get it. They understand it, and because they've walked in the shoes, they've worn the uniform, and they realize that sometimes the toughest battlefield for these veterans is here. It's the battlefield of the mind.
And it takes there's not one silver bullet approach to solving this, to doing this thing called Veteran Affairs. It takes all forms of government, nonprofit, veteran service organizations, municipalities, to partner with state, to work with our federal partners, to support the family members and caregivers. And, in Memorial Day weekend, it's a time for reflection in terms of honoring our fallen, the sacrifices that they've made. Look at if you took a look at the Gold Star families, they lost loved ones on the battlefield that didn't make it home, to celebrate the cookouts, the birthdays, the bar mitzvahs, the various celebrations that we celebrate throughout the year because of our American flag and defending this nation. It's humbling. And you can't help but get teary-eyed and choked up. So if we're on a ride, I get a little teary-eyed.
We'll get tissues for you.
Please don't take those to heart. But it's important work, and it's humbling because I am the director, and I get to lead that effort in so many ways.
Sure.
You walked into office today, people coming in saying hi, greetings and stuff like that too.
It's a buzzing place.
That's what it's about. Our office is a home for our veterans and our communities and their family members and caregivers.
The office itself, if we could speak to that, you came into this position, you're coming in on what, 2 or 3 years now?
2 or 3 year mark, yes, sir. Absolutely.
I like it. And when you were appointed, you had a very specific action plan in place. You've executed on that action plan.
Thank you.
And when a veteran or a family member or somebody calls up, you have taken such a personal mission to contact these callers, whether it be veterans or families, back.
Absolutely.
48 hours?
24 to 48. Yeah. If it's over the weekend, you got to give us some leave and say we're going to 48. I say 48 if it's over the weekend. If it's during the week, if somebody calls right now, 24 hours, somebody's on the phone picking them out. Either picking up the phone or sending the email response back, reply back. Some of it requires an immediate answer, done deal. Some of it require, hey, let's do a little homework on this. So let's come in our office, let's schedule a follow-up appointment, and let me walk you through what the black and white is, see where the little gray area is at, and let us work on your advocate on your behalf to talk to those other agencies, to all those outside factors, to assist and help them interpretate. Because think about it, the population as a whole, service members less than 10% served.
Sure.
Across the nation. So there is a lack of understanding from the non-veterans that need to be able to communicate. And we as veterans, we can speak the veteran speak, but also because we're at state agency level, we can also speak the civilian speak as well, and to assist those that traditional non-veterans can support in some capacity as well.
It's truly amazing, and again, I've heard so many folks just absolutely sing the praises of your team, both your staff, the volunteers who get involved and help you out on the different programs and the projects that are out there. And you're truly, I mean, I've had you in on the radio over, what would typically be a holiday week.
Right.
You're on with John Laughlin quite often on Saturdays, talking, because you're there getting that message out, which is huge. By the way, I told Nick, Ron, and Pete the next time they create one of these couches, they got to make it a section.
That's okay. That's okay.
Right
with sometimes big people, it's made for the common denominator.
Well, they can put you in there. I think
that's okay.
It's special.
You don't want to give me too kind. You want me to get rid of me. But plus sizes. You know what I mean too. But that also is a motivation. I'm always a glass half full type of guy.
Sure.
So that means that maybe to my benefit, maybe somebody telling me I need to get on the treadmill and start trimming down a little bit so I can fit in those little things.
You and me both. Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
You brought out a valid point, and I want to make it be crystal clear that it takes a village mentality, and also too those that are on the beat right now too, because I try to emulate what our law enforcement does in terms of community service. Our firefighters, we have a substantial amount of volunteer firefighters across Rhode Island that are doing the work on a day-to-day basis too. They get tossed in the fire. They get literally point intended, but regarding get tossed into the fire. But they're right there, first responders. It is so phenomenal. I remember when we had the big hurricane that hit us, and there were volunteer fighters. They weren't on the clock. They were just going through the neighborhoods to render assistance.
Sure.
And you can't put a dollar figure on that. No. But that's why I think Rhode Island is so great for our ability to work together. We had the Lieutenant Governor's office stop by today, and they needed some help with some stuff.
Yep.
You were right there. We have the ability to utilize that in Rhode Island. Like I said it before, Ben, and we're 1/9 the size of New York City. Mm-hmm. We have to work together.
Sure, absolutely.
And to advocate for those veterans that are having difficulties in some capacity navigating the system.
Sure.
And we talking about veterans. We talking about the poverty worlds at a poverty level. Our homeless, we have incarcerated veterans, we have our elderly, we have a substantial elderly population in Rhode Island. 70% of our population over age 55. So that's important. And so to double back to why is that important for Memorial Day, remember, honor, and teach. We honor our fallen by serving our veterans that are alive and well with us today, providing the services that they need, that they've earned. We remember them by going to having the very memorials like Operation Stand Down on Boots on the Ground weekend, like the Garden of Heroes right outside the State House, having a ceremony in that capacity, honoring the Gold Star families, like Gold Star Galas in that regard too. Monday on Memorial Day, 1 o'clock, we're doing our annual Memorial Day ceremony there. It's a somber mood, but it should be a somber mood because, as you know, it's official kickoff for summer for us in Rhode Island, big time for us.
Sure.
But this time is a day for us to reflect and take pause in terms of why this nation is so great. Every time I drive or pass a flag, I'm always thinking to myself, thank you, God, that I served this nation. I did my part with active duty service. Now I get to serve in a different capacity, serving those that serve. And I call upon all of us as Rhode Islanders to do a better job at providing that outreach to our veteran population.
Certainly. As we come into summer,
Yep.
There are different programs out there. We were talking the other day. There's programs out there, and people may get confused. They see something that's available specifically for veterans, and they say, okay, well, that just must be a state program, and it was actually a federal program. You guys tie all those bridges together. You have the information. You're able to get people to the right area. You're like Siri. Or
yes,
Google.
Yes. The veteran, the VA version of Siri. Absolutely. But you know what it is? we are serving those that serve, and we need to provide an easy path.
Yeah.
No customer service 101. Nobody likes calling the 800 number, hitting 5 different buttons, having to tell a story 5 different times ad nauseum, and not to get anywhere. That's frustrating. So how about we as a state agency remove those restrictions? We make those phone calls. We figure out what we bring in, listen to you put you face to face in front of us. What is your issue? What are your concerns? Okay, let us pick up the phone. Let us call those agencies. Let us reach out to those agencies through our Rhode Island Surge Network. Put all of us together to be that central hub. That way we share information. We all live in a budgetary constrained environment. Let's share resources. That means I don't have to be the subject matter expert in every field.
Right.
Because if you have a homeless problem or at-risk problem, I can go to Operation Stand Down.
Yep.
If you have an employment problem or an issue, I can go pick up the phone, or we can use Rhode Island Service to contact DLT to get you the assistance that you need in that capacity. If there's a healthcare issue that's VA related, we can put you in Rhode Island Service and we can get you direct access to a point of contact inside the lifelines of the VA healthcare system. And we're doing all the work.
And the great side is it's a two-side agency. So if there is an employer out there, or if there's an organization out there that has a very valuable service they need to offer, or if they're looking to hire veterans, or they're looking, you guys are.
We're the hub.
You're the Match.com.
I am getting.
Wow, you are every app out there.
That's it, baby. We are getting weekly calls from private sector agencies, businesses that want to hire veterans.
Yeah.
And I utilize my platform through our website to post those listings to assist and listen to our employers. And that's one of the things I applaud Governor Raimondo and administration regarding listening to employers to see what skills do you need.
Yeah.
And my job is to go find you those skills.
Right.
And look no further than our veteran population. It's a win-win.
You've got it all there, and which is excellent because you think about it, a private business or an organization, they may not have the resources or the abilities to do the research. Okay, who do I call here?
Absolutely.
Who do I call there? You guys have made it so simple with the processes you do. It's wonderful. So if you're a business out there, I strongly encourage, just take a look at your website and start thinking. And you know what? You are good for a cup of coffee.
Day to day, exactly. We keep it fresh, and we brew the fresh stuff.
You got good stuff there.
And we got a special plug for Dunkin' Donuts today, the iced coffee. They're donated to the Children's Hasbro. That's
got a great
special.
hospital, great doctors and nurses.
Got kudos to that.
They are awesome. There are veteran doctors in there as well, and nurses doing great work.
Of course, and I'm very competitive. So what we do, periodically, we go look at other states' websites. We go look at other federal websites and compare their notes to ours to make ours better for our veteran population. We have a webmaster on the staff that one of his main focus is make sure that our website remains current, up to date, and any information that we can need to add to that, we're going to put it on our website and host it.
That's excellent. It's just becoming that hub, becoming that center for all things veteran is key. It really is. It makes a huge difference to the businesses out there who want to participate and get involved.
I have two simple requirements.
Yeah.
What does it cost the taxpayer? Yeah. What does it cost the veteran?
There you go.
If you say free to both of those,
golden.
We can do business.
Yeah.
Open for business 24/7.
That's great. That's truly an amazing thing. Just have it that simple and be that direct. It makes all the difference in the world. As we come into the summertime, what's the calendar look like for you guys? Are there events out there, or are there some certain things that people need to be aware of, whether they are a veteran or they're a family of a veteran, something that they can offer into their to that group there?
Well, we have a couple of things. One, I'm a firm believer of reaching out to our federal partners. So there are 2 conferences that I'm going to this summer.
Okay.
One of which is women focused.
Okay.
Our population, our women have a substantial number that are serving, and we can do a better job at serving our women veteran population. So there's a week-long conference in D.C. in June that I'm attending. So that's where all 50 states come together and talk about what are the current issues that are being faced with, that our women veteran population are being faced with. How can we put some controls and mitigations in place to help relieve some of the concerns that they have? Periodically having meetings to warn that. We have our national convention in August for our directors, all states coming in to talk about the current issues with our veteran population at large. We're doing town hall events over the course of the summer. Great time to get out and about. We do them at a time that's conducive for all generations. We do it on the weekend in the late morning because, you know, the family members, they got to do all the schoolwork during the week, chores and stuff like that. Come out. It's not intrusive in terms of time from 10 to 11:30 type of atmosphere time frame. We don't do them at late night because of the elderly population. They don't drive like driving at night.
Sure, sure.
So you make it at a time frame it's conducive for all walks of life to come in and get some information and go about their way and go from there. And that's important, outreach. And that's it. My job is easy because I work direct for the governor, yes, but I go to listen to our veteran population.
Sure.
They dictate what my next agenda items are going to be, what's on the horizon for us, based on the needs of them in so many ways. And one of the main needs was Rhode Island Serves, putting a collaborative network. We're partnered. We've seen identified some couple things that we can do better, providing legal services for the family members and the veterans post-service. That's an opportunity. My staff is working together with the Rhode Island Bar Association, along with our non-profits like Operation Stand Down, and Rhode Island Legal Services, Roger Williams University, Law School, putting us all in the right room to identify the issues and put together some resources in a collaborative way to solve some of these issues.
We're such a unique state that we have everything right here. We have the best of the best. I don't care what anybody says. We have amazing resources right here. You and your team have done a great job tying it all together. Folks, if you're watching this at home and you know a veteran that perhaps isn't on the technology side of things, do us a favor.
Yes.
Hold up your phone and let them watch this, or talk with them, share the information with them so that they can be in the loop and get in the know and get in touch with Kasim and his team, because, folks, it really does. You never know sometimes when somebody's right on the edge. And that little bit of care, that little bit of effort to just say, hey, I saw this online. You might want to check this out. I know you're not on Facebook. I know you're not on YouTube, but have you heard of these guys?
560 Jefferson Boulevard. Just come and walk in. Call 921-2119. Easy number to remember. Easy access. We're located in Warwick for a reason. Centrally located in the city. We're on 2 RIPTA routes. We have a terminal right there down the street. Easily accessible from multiple directions. And my staff, if there's an issue, my 2 case managers, they've known to go visit the veteran inside the lifelines of their home, too. It's just that easy.
That's key. You guys have done a great work. Congratulations to you on all the success with the organization. The growth is great because you guys are taking care of the vets.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. There we go. I think we got to go find iced coffee and Dells.
That's it.
We're going to mix it together.
I'm going to tell you, Dell to get 12%.